below your favorite NBA teams, because before I've asked you guys about your favorite NBA players. So let's jump right into the video, but before that, make sure you guys drop a like on the video. I have obviously single-handedly just seen how much activity you guys have. You guys, as I'm recording this video, have like 60 plus comments on that one video, so I know you guys like to do it. So give that video a little like. Let's show some big interaction on this video, because I know it's going to be a special one. So I'm just going to be whispering some of your guys' favorite teams, and I'm assuming some of you guys have gave some explanations on why they are your favorite teams. I'm hoping to see a lot more than just this is my favorite team because they're the local team. Hopefully it's not just that, which I guess I've sort of kind of fallen into, being a Portland Trailblazer fan, obviously being in the Portland city. Portland's obviously the only team around here in this area. I mean, obviously the next closest sort of team is the Seattle Seahawks, and the next closest sort of NBA team, I guess, would be the Sacramento Kings, because I've driven to Sacramento before and been to games there, and it's super fun, and they're probably one of my top favorite teams for sure. But I mean, besides the Blazers, I'm a huge Laker fan. I've been a Laker fan even before I was a Blazer fan, because I'm from Southern California. So I have a lot of favorite teams, especially since making this channel. I have so much more aspiration and appreciation for the NBA and different teams, learning so much about different teams and players thanks to you guys, and just doing my own sort of research for the channel. It's pretty crazy. So let's jump into the video. Also, I totally forgot to ask. I was gonna ask if you guys wanted me to read out your names before, reading the comments. I'm not gonna do that because obviously some people have, the first names, last names, things they have out there on the internet that probably don't want to be said. So I'm not gonna do that. But maybe the next time I do a sort of, your comments in my video, I'm gonna ask for permission first before, talking about people's names and stuff like that. But let's get started. I'm just gonna be running through these things, so let's see if we can just pick some out here. Pick them out. This one says, the Pelicans. I'm a huge Duke fan, and last year they had 5 former Dukies, including my favorite, Zion. Also, love their off-season moves they've made in the past 2 years, and jerseys. Wow. Pelicans, so, that's definitely a great team. I can definitely see why you would want to, I don't want to say jump on that bandwagon, because they're still like a pretty bad team, but yeah, that team is going to be an amazing team in the next 3 to 5 years, especially if they keep all their guys together, which it seems like they are, with having great draft picks with Zion and Jackson Hayes, very good young talent. Then they have, Brandon Ingram signing that multi-year contract. It seems like they're very high on keeping Lonzo and that sort of core group of guys together, so that's very important. So yeah, I could definitely see that, but their jerseys too, I'm not a big fan of the Pelican name. I do like their jersey colors, that sort of red, blue, that navy blue, and the gold. I think that's a really cool colorway, but the Pelican name is just, I don't know, I feel like for New Orleans you could think of such a better name in my opinion. But I guess we'll just have to see. It says here, the Atlanta Hawks, been a fan since Josh Smith and Joe Johnson. Also, I'm from Atlanta, yeah, so local team plus good players is usually a good combination. I want to be a fan of that team. Don't even get me started with those Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, Jeff Teague, Al Horford type of days, man. Those Atlanta Hawks squads were tough back in the day. Obviously, having to run into LeBron James was a big problem for them. I feel like they always had a very good core set of players, but never really that one true sort of person to help them get over the hump, because sure, they always had very good teams, but they never really had that guy. I mean, Joe Johnson was a great player and could definitely carry them in offensive ways, but obviously it only took LeBron to really sort of disrupt that, and that was pretty crazy. I mean, there's also great teams back in the day for the East, like Toronto back then was still good. They still had the Boston Celtics, which are a very relevant team back then as well. So the East was very good back then, especially with those Atlanta Hawks teams for sure. A lot of competition. The Houston Rockets, even though I doubt will ever win a championship soon, the Harden's style of play. Oh, anytime soon with Harden's style of play. I've always been very interested in how Rockets fans see how James Harden is playing for their team. Now, I know number-wise, it's impressive what James Harden is doing for that team, but is it the right play style you want to go with to win a championship, including Mike D'Antoni's sort of philosophy that they had with 6'6" centers and players playing out of position? You had Eric Gordon, who's like 6'4", 6'5", playing small forward, guarding players like LeBron and all these other type of bigger players. I really wanted to know sort of how the Houston Rockets fan base thought about that, and if they thought it was a good way or not, because obviously it won them games. They made the playoffs, but to win a championship and be a true contender, I don't know if that was really the smartest move they should have done. In my opinion, they probably should have kept Capella or traded Capella for a different type of stretch 5 type center, which in my opinion would have been a better sort of decision than going strictly small ball and having PJ Tucker being your starting center. At least that's just my opinion. Let's see here. Nets because KD is a god. That's a great reason. Atlanta Hawks because Atlanta Hawks 100% because of Kyle Korver. Yeah, I was talking about, man, that Kyle Korver in Atlanta Hawks jersey is a sick player. That man could literally shoot like 5 threes in a row if he really wanted to. That guy was crazy. The Utah Jazz because Donovan Mitchell went to Louisville. Okay, Louisville fan. I don't know if they actually have a really great team or program anymore. At least any relevant ones. For basketball, I'm not really entirely sure. I don't really keep up with college basketball until like March Madness starts coming around, or like the championship games for their conferences. That's when I usually really start picking up and watching college basketball. Let's see here. Hawks for life. Always been a Hawks fan ever since I was a kid. I used to live next to Jamal Crawford when he was playing for Atlanta. Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm assuming you live somewhere very nice, so go you. You're living the life for sure. Yeah, man, you guys just keep spewing out Atlanta Hawks guys. Wow, you guys have a lot of Atlanta Hawks fans. Yeah, Jamal Crawford as well. Jesus, yeah, Jamal. Kyle Korver, we just named off about 7 Atlanta Hawks players. Man, it's so sad that that team never really gotten anywhere. Well, I don't want to say that in like a rude way. I don't really mean that in a rude way, but it sucks that all that talent didn't really live up to that, you know. Same thing with like Oklahoma City. There's a lot of teams that never really make the hump, and it's very, very sad. But man, you guys are next ones up. This upcoming is really cool. Toronto Raptors. I really love how their championship run really inspired the entire country of Canada. That's definitely a good reason. Yeah, man, that Toronto team was so good actually. Would they have won the championship with a healthy Golden State Warriors Golden State Warrior team? Definitely not. I think we can all agree with that. But the way they won it was really great. Oh my god, I wish they could have won it in Toronto, man. That would have been so cool. It sucks that didn't happen, but it was great to just see, you know, Kyle Lowry finally won a championship, Nick Nurse, you know, be acknowledged as one of the best coaches in the NBA. And sort of that championship pedigree can sort of rub off on some of the other players on that team, like Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Norman Powell, teammates that I hope that will stick around for a while for Toronto, building this sort of not rebuild but retooling of Toronto with Siakam and Norman Powell, Fred VanVleet. You still have pretty good players on that team, but obviously they really need to start, you know, like I said, retooling, getting better, acquiring talent, things like that. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see what happens to Toronto like in the next, you know, 2 to 3 years, because they could either, you know, get a great talent and be that championship caliber team again, or the rebuild might have to start. It's very scary, but it could be a possibility. Oh yeah, if you're another Rockets fan because they were born and raised in Houston, that's super dope. I feel like it'd be so weird. I mean, I visit California all the time. Like I said before, I was there for quite some time, and I go there like every year for vacations. It'd be crazy to live in like a huge city like Houston, Texas. I bet that's a wild, crazy city to be by. It says here, this is kind of a long one. I promise I'm not a bandwagon. This might sound sus, but my favorite teams are the Lakers and Heat. I've been both since 2013 and more 2014 for the Lakers. I became is pretty dumb. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, at least in my opinion. You could be a fan of any team you want. It doesn't matter. Since 2013, 2014, yeah, those are definitely good years for Miami, I'll tell you that. Obviously with having, you know, LeBron, D-Wade, Bosh, and they had really great battles with the Pacers, like you said. Definitely some of my, like, favorite series of all time, and some of my more, like, vivid basketball memories are the Heat and Pacers series that used to go on, and they were a lot of fun to watch. And then the Lakers, complete opposite. They were going through a sort of slow burning rebuild with, you know, keeping Kobe Bryant, but still trying to make up for, like, some sort of championship aspiration that they had, because they still had Powell and Dwight and Steve Nash were all recently on the team. But you know, that was a very rough time for the Laker fans, I'll tell you that. This one says, I'm from Chicago, but growing up I didn't really watch any basketball, so I didn't really know, like, who was good or, like, what teams were good at the time. The reason I started to pay attention to basketball was when I got 2K12 on the Wii system. That's kind of tragic, but that's nice. I had a Wii for a while too, but never like an actual console game like that. And I literally closed my eyes and stopped on the Lakers, and from then on, I've been a diehard Laker fan. Plus, Kobe has been a huge inspiration too. Laker for life. Wow, that's definitely an interesting story for sure. Yeah, I mean, Lakers are obviously like the best case scenario if you're trying to pick a team. They're such a famous team, had amazing players throughout their entire years. You know, the purple and gold are very eye-catching colors. Los Angeles, California, obviously everyone's dream city, I guess you want to call it. That's very true. I think that's definitely a good pick for sure. And I really liked your story there. That's super dope, especially with the Wii system. Man, I miss Wii. The Wii was so much fun. I used to have obviously like Mario Kart. My favorite game was probably like Mario Super Sluggers. I loved Mario Super Sluggers so much. We have a 76ers, we have a Toronto Raptors fan as well. I'm a diehard Sixers fan. I'm a huge part of the Philly sports family, which is usually pretty depressing. I'm confident about the season though, because we got good new front office and coaching staff and much better team fit / chemistry. Yeah, Philly is going to be one of those teams where they're going to be a big surprise. In my opinion, I feel like they definitely have enough to win a championship this year for sure. If they can catch some teams off guard. Obviously, you know, pray for Danny Green. I hope he comes back from the sort of sluggish bubble in playoffs he had. Hopefully Ben Simmons is more confident in his offensive game. You know, knocking on wood for their health as well as a team as a whole. And you got Al Horford out of the way. It seems like you have more of a fit sort of setup and roster fit. So I feel like this is it. This could be it. Especially if they do get that James Harden trade, which can definitely be very interesting. We're going to have to see where that all goes too, but that's going to be really cool. We have a Mavericks fan, Denver Nuggets, born and raised in Denver. That's super dope. Let's see here, Minnesota Timberwolves. That's a first one for sure. Oh wow, another Atlanta Hawks fan. Jeez. Atlanta Hawks. I like them because I grew up watching John Collins at Wake Forest. Kind of not so long ago. He sat most of his first year and got in some. And I remember my dad saying he was showing flashes of being a big star one day, and now he's on the Hawks. Hey, that's a pretty funny coincidence how that happens sometimes. That's super dope. Yeah, Timberwolves, like I said before. My favorite player is LeBron James. Due to him, I also like the Lakers because he plays for them. That's very true. Yeah, wherever LeBron goes, I go. Yeah, I think I hate this sort of like, I don't know, like if you follow a certain player and you're a fan of a certain player, and if they switch teams, you're now like a bandwagon type of fan, which again I think is super dumb in my opinion. And at least for basketball, there is nothing against watching a certain team just for one player. It's not like, you know, football or any other sport literally where one player has acts, how he plays. Doesn't really matter. So, and again, I'm a big fan of LeBron. I love the Lakers. I'm a big fan of a lot of different players from different teams. I love De'Aaron Fox. I love the Kings. Like a lot of different things. So, just because that team is not in that area, or it's not just one favorite team, I think that's sort of a dumb rule to have. Someone here said the Clippers. That's really cool. Toronto Raptors, because I live in Canada. That's definitely all you have. I mean, I'm very interested to think if you lived in Canada, if you would have been a fan of the Raptors or the Grizzlies once they were in Vancouver. That's a big question. Like if you lived like right in the middle, who would you be a fan of more? I guess whoever was the better team, I guess, during that time. My favorite team is the Warriors, mainly because of Steph Curry. Again, another case scenario there. I also love Klay Thompson, Iggy, etc. Something crazy is that I really dislike KD. Maybe because he isn't very loyal and left the Warriors, saying he didn't really integrate him well into the team. Yeah, that's definitely very true. I don't think there are any players in the league I dislike, or anything like that. I mean, there are players in the league that play the game in sort of a bad way or a bad tasteful way, or there's some players in the league who, I mean, I've heard it before on a lot of different podcasts of ex-teammates of players saying there are many more than you think of NBA players who play basketball just to, the money and the fame. They can do it because they're just athletic people, but there are not a lot of players in the NBA who play basketball to play basketball, and it shows. There are definitely a lot of players out there who you can tell are just out there just to be out there, and there's some other players who are out there to actually, play basketball for the love of the game, and they would go out there and do this for half of the money they're making. Obviously, they're going to take as much money as they can because who doesn't want more money? But you can tell there's players out there who just don't care about that. So, yeah, Warriors, obviously, great franchise, probably the best franchise in the past decade. A Washington Wizard fan. Yeah, that's a rare one. Because I live in the area and I grew up watching my favorite player, John Wall, the Wizards. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I definitely do not see a lot of Wizard fans, that's for sure. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more than that with Russell Westbrook coming around, but that's funny. 76ers as well. I'm a tired fan from Philly, and I love the fan base and overall excitement, even though we have very disappointing years. Yeah, it seems like a lot of Philly fans are very attached to each other on this sort of feeling that they're very disappointed. But don't get me wrong, you guys just won a Super Bowl not too long ago. You guys have Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid. You guys are looking very pretty right now, so just give it a little bit of time. We have a Milwaukee Bucks, Dallas Mavericks. They have a Celtic fan, and I have a signed Larry Bird, Rubber Bears, and Kevin McHale picture. Hey, that's fire, 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 fire. Another Celtic fan, another Raptors fan, another Celtic fan. My God. I'm from New England. I started watching at a great time when they assembled the OG Super Team. Yeah, man, that Boston Celtic team back in the day with the KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo. That was a crazy team. I've always been a really big fan of the Celtics even before I really watched basketball, because green is my favorite color. So they were always a team I used to just pick up on and watch a lot. They also asked a question about the ESPN's top 100 list. I'm not going to answer your question, buddy, but I will be doing a separate video on the ESPN top 100 video, post that they made. I'm waiting for all the names to be announced, and then I will make a video talking about players they have ranked and stuff like that. So I got you. Cleveland Cavaliers, that's a very rare one as well. A Phoenix Suns fan, that's awesome. I've been a fan for 4 years, and the Talking Stick Resort was the first arena I went to. That's super dope. I love that. Oh no, someone here is a Supersonics fan. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. I cried not knowing we could have had James Harden, Russ, KD, PG-13, Shea, CP3, and a million draft picks. I hate OKC with a passion for taking my team. I'm from Seattle, by the way, And other than that, my favorite player of all time is LeBron, and my team right now is the Lakers. That's definitely nothing to be ashamed of. Like I said, if you live in an area where you don't have a team like anywhere close to you, definitely just pick a team. Like, you don't have to be a fan of just the local team or team you're close by. You can pick any team you want. But yeah, I go to Seattle ever so often, and yeah, that fan base, man, they are dying for a basketball team. I know the Key Arena is actually getting renovated, getting sort of built up again to maybe even hold a basketball team. So that's going to be very cool. But I think if they did do that, a team would have to either A, move there, which, please, 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 Sacramento, please, please, Sacramento. I prayed for Sacramento to get up there in Seattle, because the Sacramento Kings in the Sacramento City, I don't think they need a team there. Just no offense, y'all have 4 other teams y'all can pick from. I mean, the Golden State Warriors are like an hour or 2 away. Like, you guys have enough teams in that area. So I think that'd be kind of cool. The Nets, that's a good one. OKC, that's another OKC one. Ooh, a Spurs fan. A Spurs fan, that's pretty rare in my opinion as well. My favorite team is the Spurs. They're the closest team to my home city, and both my parents lived in San Antonio for a period of time. That's really cool. So I've been a Spurs fan for a long time. My favorite player is Patty Mills. That's a very specific player right there. And I've been there, and he's been there since like 2010. So it's been really fun watching the team change throughout the years. Sorry for the paragraph, but I'm excited for the video. That's really cool, dude. I'm a very big Patty Mills fan as well. He used to play for Portland back in the day, if you didn't know. Yeah, the Spurs are just such a great organization, man. Like, they've been blessed with talent, obviously, with having the greatest power forward of all time with Tim Duncan, Kawhi Leonard. They had David Robinson for a period of time, George Gervin. That team has been very, very high up for the past, you could argue, like almost 25 plus years with great talent. So, now, sorry, dude, it looks like they're starting to, come down from their high that they've had for years and years and years and years and years and years. But obviously, a lot of upside with DeJounte, Derek White, Kendall Johnson. They have a lot of upside coming up in the next couple years as well. So just gotta cross your fingers, it seems. I'm just gonna do a couple more because, like I said, you guys literally blew up this video. So if I don't say yours, I'm gonna be commenting on some tomorrow after I'm editing this video and stuff like that. So if you still, see this video but still want to leave your comment, I will still obviously be looking at them, reading them, and replying to them. So make sure, if you still want to comment, you guys can still for sure do it. The Warriors, that's really cool. Orlando Magic, just like the colorway and the name when I was younger. I love the Orlando Magic, but only because I love Disney, and that team is sort of sponsored by Disney. They obviously have like the Disney patch, and even since they were like born as a team in Orlando, they sort of always had the like Disney World sort of push that they've had. So I've always been a big fan of Orlando because of that. So we have another LeBron fan, so that's really cool. The Wizards because of Bradley Beal and Rui Hachimura. That's really cool. Excited to see Denny play. Dude, I'm such a big fan of Denny. I really hope he turns out. I'm gonna miss John Wall, but excited to have Russ. Yeah, that is also such a weird feeling to have, knowing you're losing such an important player in your franchise's, not even on your team, but your franchise's history. John Wall was, the next sort of great player in the Wizards sort of franchise, and now that he's leaving, but you're getting back a player who is also a Hall of Fame talent in Russell Westbrook. So that's definitely like a mixed feeling sort of situation. We have another LA Laker fan, diehard Bulls fan. I've seen this kid, or whoever you are, comment a lot on my videos. I'm a diehard Bulls fan. I've been a fan since I was born, and Derrick Rose really boosted my interest even more. Also, really love Zach LaVine. I also really love Zach LaVine. I really hope that dude starts either getting talent on that team or find somewhere else, because I love Zach LaVine in this game. We are going to be talking about the ESPN Top 100 list, and yes, I do know that a lot of other players were ranked above Zach LaVine who should not even be in the same breath as Zach LaVine. So I have a lot to talk about that for sure. But yeah, I love the Bulls too. The Bulls are a very great team, very historic team as well. We have a Pacer fan. That's also very, very rare in my opinion. Chicago Bulls, Cleveland Warriors, Lakers. Nuggets, Sixers, Pelicans, who else? Sorry, I'm just going kind of fast now because I don't want to make this video too long. We have another Clipper fan, another LeBron fan. That's kind of funny. A Denver fan. I'm trying to see one that maybe we haven't seen yet. Miami Heat. There we go, Miami Heat fan. I think that's gonna be all for me. But like I said, if you want to leave yours down in the comments in this one or in the past video, definitely do it. I'll be looking at them, reading them, replying to them. That's super cool. It seems like you guys are fans of a lot of East Coast teams, so I really want to know if there are a lot of East Coast guys who watch my channel. I really want to know that as well, because I really don't want to be uploading my videos too late. I usually upload around 6, 7 Pacific Standard Time, because that's usually when people in the West Coast sort of start getting ready for bed. I don't really want to push your guys' bedtime and in the East Coast, so let me know down in the comments if you guys are chill with like my sort of later posting times, because obviously being an ASMR channel, posting ASMR videos, I want to have those sort of videos set for when people start wanting to relax, hard day from work or school or anything sort of activity wise. So definitely let me know down in the comments if you're from like the East Coast or something like that, so that can definitely help me out. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for participating. I love just seeing that so much from you guys when you guys support me and the channel, and everyone's just together, just loving and talking about basketball. It makes me so happy. It's the reason why I made this channel in the first place, just for a cool, chill place for people to come and just talk basketball. I think it's awesome. I love it so much. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like the video, make sure you like the video and also subscribe. We are almost at 5K. I think we're about 4.7-ish, so about 300 subs away from 5K. We're so close. It would really mean a lot to me. Can we hit 5K before the end of the year? Probably not, but it would really mean a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again in my next video very,